Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 212A, the Tier 9 Soviet SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Cliff, and it's under the command of talon1958, and this is his response to Angelina75's videos the other day, where she scored a second class and a Confederate. Game on. So he's going to have to do better in the second class and Confederate, or get a more medals if he gets another second class. That's not difficult with the 212A. It's actually quite a good Arty. It's on a par with the M53, M55, which you can see there moving over into the bushes. In fact, that does have an equal amount of damage, 900 alpha, because they both got a 203mm caliber howitzer, although in the Americans' terms it's actually described as an 8-inch howitzer. Okay, we've got an enemy going up the hill, about chat 25 ton. He's actually stopped rather than going further up the hill. Rounds out. Close, very close. He made a bit of a mistake there. I think he actually went over the edge and fell off. I think he wasn't really prepared to go all the way up the hill, because he did spot most of our team, but he just couldn't go any further, because if he did, he would have received fire and probably died. Talon's going to go for a pair of tanks working together, an AMX-30B and an AE Phase 1. This is going to be interesting. Oh! Well, it actually exploded in between them without actually doing any damage. Just stunned them. You can see Talon changing position just slightly to avoid counter battery. Okay, he's going back to the same pair again. We lost sight of the AMX-30. We've definitely got this AE Phase 1, and of course he does make himself fairly vulnerable in that spot. Talon's marked the ground to tell his teammates that's what I'm looking at. Unfortunately, all the enemy appear to have disappeared temporarily, and okay, well, there's the batch at 25TA. Oh, it's not the 25TAB. Oh, he hit the rear of him. He actually got the rear, and 496. So it's a non-pen high roll. Okay, looking around for another target. That Chart Future 4 made a bit of an over-calculation there and miscalculation. And he went too high and lost virtually all of his hit points. And he really ought to retire now and go to a sniping role, because if he tries to fight any more aggressively, he'll probably lose. Rounds out the V55. It landed just behind him for 193. It would be much better if our Char Future 4 was now to take up a position where he can attack these guys, the Object 257 and the AMX-30B, who obviously made his way around the rock, away from that AE Phase 1. He has suffered some damage. I don't know if that was Talon, but it could have been. Rounds out 257. Oh, it was a bit short, that one. RNG was not kind. Somebody was asking the other day, actually, in the comments, they said, why do you Arty players aim short? He wasn't an Arty main, this player, so he obviously didn't understand. I think a lot of Arty players tend to aim not short, but actually at the tracks of a vehicle, because they realise that if the shell goes short, then they're still going to hit the ground just in front of the tank and splash him. But if it goes long, it's more likely to actually hit the body of the vehicle directly, and therefore you're still going to get a good hit, a solid hit, possibly on the turret, knocking out the crew. And that really disables the tank when he loses his commander or his gunner, because he can't shoot properly. So that's my reckoning, is I try to aim for the tracks of the tank rather than the actual main body of the tank, unless of course I've got an Arty which has got a trajectory where I can aim for the engine deck, because I always try to go for the engine deck if I can get it, because the engine deck is very thin, and if you hit the engine deck you've got a very good chance of either disabling him and getting a mobility kill, Or you can actually set fire to him and watch him burn. Rounds out. Oh, hit the columns. It's awkward that, because sometimes you just can't get the thing to go over the columns into the target. It's an RNG thing, I'm afraid. Now we're 5 up on the enemy, so Talon's team is doing particularly well, making life easy for him. He's actually earned 1,239 hit points of damage already. I think the aim's a little shorter. You'll see there's a T62A there that he can hit, but he wants to go for the Arty. He's having a quick look. There's 2 enemy Arty out there. One of them's a 2128, the other one's an M53, M55, just like our setup. He's looking for the tracer, can't see it. We've had some Arty going up top of the hill here into the sniper's nest, and yes, the other Arty is also looking up there. And there is an Arty, not an Arty, a tank destroyer. In fact, there's 2 tanks up there, so we might as well hit both of them. Rounds out in the Striv. Direct hit! Right on the money. Didn't pen, but he did get 352. The Striv's down, so's the other tank destroyers. So both of them were Striv 103Bs, and that's now created a situation where we're 8 tanks ahead of the enemy, and it's just a rout now. He's getting close because he wants to get almost direct hits on the enemy. That's not his actual intention. It's to shorten the flight time of the shell, so he can actually make sure that what he shoots at, he hits. Okay, that Charcuterie 4 just pulled back into cover, but he's going for a splash, and he gets it. 277 and some stun assist afterwards. So he is having a good battle. He's almost up to 2k of actual damage and 1.5k of stun assist. I think he just saw a tracer. Was he noticing? Did he notice a tracer? I didn't see it, but I may have been looking at the figures at the time. There he is. He's over in the corner, and he dies very quickly. And we've got no shot at the FB3805, and that now means there's only 1 enemy left. It's a Waffenträger Alpha Panzer IV. He's gone into the corner, and that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle results, and that was the 2nd class tanker for talon1958 in the 212A, as well as a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6. But sadly, that is not enough to beat Angelina. She got a 2nd class in a Confederate, which means she's got a medal and he hasn't. So, yep, Angelina gets the lion, and Talon's failed to beat her this week. But there's always another week, and he'll try again. And I'm sure we all loved watching this contest between the two to see who's actually going to win out, because it's like a duel that's going on all the time. And if you've ever seen the film The Duelist, where you see two men fighting it out over many, many decades, well, this is a fight for the lion, this one, and this is much more interesting. So sadly, Talon doesn't win on this one, but he does get a good score, 1,553. And it was a good game, but it was just too fast, and he was unlucky because some of his shots didn't produce any damage when they should have, and he accidentally hit columns when, you know, on the trajectory. So yeah, it didn't work against him on this one. He probably did need to reposition himself to actually get better shots on the enemy on this one. But there again, it's another week. So let's have a look at team score and see where he is. Highest damage goes to the AMX M454 on our team. He picked up a Spartan and a steel wall, so he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool, but he did get 4,235 hit points of damage. The 2nd highest damage actually went to the T62A on the enemy team, 3,565 hit points to him. And the 3rd highest damage goes to the Charcuterie 4, who did take a bit of a beating when he went up into a position where the enemy could shoot at him. In fact, I think it was the Striv 103Bs who actually got 2 shots into him, and he lost virtually all of his hit points very, very quickly. Talon managed to get 1,868, so he's mid-table, and a good game, but not a great game. When it came to kills, it was the Super Conqueror who did the best with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Gorilla 15 and 2 kills went to the Progetto 65. No kills for Talon, but unfortunately he didn't get enough to get the Confederate. Let's have a look at the XP. And we can see that the top scorer is the Char Future 4 with 897, 851 to the Super Conqueror, 838 went to the AMX M454, and Talon managed to get 810. So he was up there with the leaders on the scoreboard. Just wasn't getting the luck that he needed in order to score that ace tanker, or at least to get a first class so he could beat Angelina. He fired only 10 rounds, got 2 direct hits on the enemy, but no penetrations and 9 splash. Damage of 1,868 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 5 of the enemy. There's the missile. So if he'd hit one more enemy, just one, then I think he would have got his Confederate. Did he hit the Fizz 55? Yes, he did, because that was the one of the shots he missed. Did he hit the AMX 30B? Yes, he did, actually, and he got 379 off that guy. He only stunned the A phase 1, so yeah, I'm looking at the shots where he potentially missed a target and missed out on it. And of course, he didn't hit any of the Arty because they got spotted and they got taken out very, very quickly by our teammates. So he did see them, but he just never got a shot off at them. 1,775 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. I think that's what earned him the second class in the end, because that's not a very high score, but that's a pretty good score. So that's where he's got his second class from. 39,656 credits from a premium account, 59,828 from Holiday Ops, which ends today. So don't get as much playing in as you can today, because this Sunday, it's the last day, and we've only got hours now until it's all over, and you won't be able to earn that bonus anymore. 99,484 credits for the battle, and after ammunition resupply, took away 80,384 credits. 1,215 XP times 2 for the first victory, 2,430 experience points altogether, and that was Talon's best game of the week. Yes, oh well. It happens sometime. Anyway, thanks for sending it in, and congratulations to Angelina for winning the Weekend Lion. I'm sure she will appreciate that. In fact, I think she's already appreciating it, actually, because I'm recording this on Sunday afternoon, and I suspect that she's already lying in at this very moment whilst Talon is actually chasing around after Remy, who's going on, switching on all the lights, watching his videos, playing with his toys, leaving them all over the floor, playing with his choo-choo train. Yes, he's a very active boy, and why not? Because when you're that age, you do tend to be active, and it's a good thing. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.